Welcome back, second graders. I'm Sue Sabella, your Great Minds teacher. Let's get ready to do some powerful thinking together. Today you'll need How Do You Know It's Fall, your Wit and Wisdom Instinct Journal, and a pencil. Pause here to gather what you need, and then hit play when you're ready to continue. Scientists can observe changes in people and nature. Scientists can also read about changes in people and nature. When scientists read to learn more about people and nature, they gather evidence from the text to support their thinking. The evidence backs up or supports their thinking. Today, we'll be thinking about the important message in this text. We'll investigate how the weather in fall changes and how these changes impact people, plants, and animals. Please read the focusing question to yourself, and then we'll read it together. How do changes in fall weather impact people and nature? Today, you'll record evidence in your journal to help you answer this question. You'll be doing that just like a scientist. Now it's time to dive into our text. We'll be rereading pages 9 through 18 as we look for evidence from this text. First, I'd like you to reread page 9 closely to determine what the weather is like in the fall. How is it different from summer? I'm going to scoot off to the side so you can take your time to read and think about what the weather is like in the fall. Pause here and then hit play to continue. It's time to set up an evidence organizer in your Wit and Wisdom Instinct journal. You'll notice that I turned my journal on its side. I wrote the focusing question at the top of a page, and then I have 3 columns with questions along the top and 3 categories along the side. You can use a ruler if you have one to create your lines. I did not have a ruler, so I just dragged the pen across the paper to make my lines. Pause here so you can create your evidence organizer in your own journal. I read pages 9 through 10. I gathered evidence on how the weather changed. I noticed that it was getting cooler, it was windy, and it was chilly. And then I thought about the impact that it had on people. I noticed that they were wearing warmer clothing. And then I jotted down where I found my evidence, and that was on pages 9 through 10. Now I invite you to continue to read to page 18. Also, continue to gather your evidence so you can think about how plants and the animals were impacted by the fall weather. Gather your evidence in your journal and be sure to let us know where you found your evidence by marking down the pages in that last column. We'll get together after your pause. So pause here to work and then just hit play when you're ready to continue. The air is getting cooler in the fall because there's less sunlight, and that does have an impact on plants. Because there's less sunlight in the fall and the air is cooler, the leaves actually change color and drop off the trees. And I learned this information on page 13 of the text. Once fall comes, animals start to get ready for winter. They start to store food, and they may even migrate to warmer places. I found this evidence on page 14 and also on pages 17 through 18. Cooler weather in the fall has a big impact on people, plants, and animals. We know this because we gathered evidence from our text that explained how people, plants, and animals are impacted by fall weather. We also recorded our page numbers so we could share our evidence as we discuss our new learning with others. What is the important message in this text? Now it's your turn to share your thinking with others. What is the important message and how do you know it's fall? Write the important message in your journal to share with your teacher or learning community. I'm going to scoot off to the side so you can pause to think and do your very best writing. Just hit play when you're ready to continue. Your important or central message is probably very similar to this example. The cooler weather in fall impacts people, plants, and animals in many ways. You learned so much today, especially about the impact of fall weather on people, plants, and animals. Knowledge is really fun to share. See what you can share with others that would have an impact on their learning. It was so much fun to think and read and write with you today. I will see you soon, second graders.